Hey, it's Tuesday. It's news time. Welcome.
Good to see you guys. Christy and Alonso here. We've got so much news, including the Stranger Things trailer and Jennifer and Britney news. But we're going to start out with something really cool that we're doing. It's a new thing we're doing. It's the first of our movie house shout outs. And our first theater we're talking about is the beautiful Fargo Theater in Fargo, North Dakota. We're going to tell you about a different theater every once in a while and point out the great work they're doing in the community. And the Fargo Theater for sure is doing that and has been doing that for a long time. They were built in 1926.
Wow.
They used to be a vaudeville theater. And now they show foreign films, international films. Right now they're showing The Lost City. On Thursday, they're showing Purple Rain. They also do concerts and live events. They are on the National Register of Historic Places.
Nice.
But they were closed for about 14 months. And so like so many smaller theaters, independent theaters, they're getting back on their feet and hoping to bring folks back. And we're hoping to help them do that. This week, they are showing Everything Everywhere All at Once, which you're going to want to check out. If you're anywhere in the Fargo vicinity, Alonso and I will have a re-review of that later on in this show. So be sure you check that out. One of the many cool things about the Fargo, besides being just beautiful as a fantastic, gorgeous marquee, is they have the actual wood chipper from the movie Fargo in their lobby.
That is some movie memorabilia right there.
People come from far and wide to take a picture with that. And they also have a big wooden sculpture known as Woodchip Marge. And it's a wooden sculpture of Frances McDormand as Marge Gunderson.
Wow.
In Fargo. So lots of cool stuff. So thank you to the Fargo Theater. If you want to know more about them, maybe support them. We have a link down below, and we will continue to have a whole running list of all the theaters that we are teaming up with here along the way. So thank you, Fargo Theater. We're happy to.
And if you want to nominate your community indie theater and have us give them a shout out, please leave their info in the comments. We're going to try and get to as many as we can because we're really trying to support all these great community businesses as they are trying to get back open and, dealing with the public again now that that's sort of happening.
It is sort of happening. Also happening. So the Stranger Things trailer came out today.
Ever since you left, everything's been a total disaster. For a while, we tried to be happy. Normal. I know that's impossible.
This is for season 4 of Stranger Things, which will be in 2 parts. Part 1 comes out on May 27th. Part 2 is July 1st. So you got your Memorial Day weekend and your July 4th weekend. And it looks dark. This is the beginning of the end, as they say in the trailer. Mm-hmm. And so they're trying to wrap up all the stuff that's happened in the past 3 seasons, but also move the story forward. We know that some of the characters have moved to California, and we don't know that that's going so well, it seems, from this trailer. So we are excited, and we're going to definitely talk about that on our Patreon.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
So exciting news. Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez are engaged again.
All right. Those crazy kids are going to make it work.
This time I'm feeling good about it, right? So they were too young and they didn't know how to handle the glare of the media spotlight 20 years ago when they first fell in love and very publicly, were the Jenny from the Block video where he's like massaging her ass on a yacht. They're ready for that kind of scrutiny now.
Yeah, I have to say, look, we all have I think there's some celebrity couple or other, maybe more than one that you feel some investment in. And it's the reason that People magazine exists, because we will never meet these people and their lives don't really impact our own, but we still, have a sense of, we feel like, we're rooting for them or we want to know what's going on. I'd never felt that for Jennifer. So I get it. I get why, if that's your couple, then, this is very exciting stuff, but it's like, whatever. I wish them the best.
There are Dick and Liz. Are they not?
I don't know. I mean, I think Brad and Angelina weren't even our Dick and Liz, so I don't know about these two, but
in that there's the back and forth and the on again, off again, and the grandiose torment of it all.
The draw, I suppose. Yes, they're Liz and Dick with fewer good movies and fewer jewelry.
There you go. So that's happening. Also, some good news: Britney Spears is pregnant again.
Mazel
So
tov.
please cue the "hit me baby one more time" jokes. They are impossible to avoid. She has said she wanted to have a baby with her now fiance, Sam Asghari. She already has 2 teenage sons with Kevin Federline, of
Can you
course.
believe those kids are 17 and 15? I felt like it's so old when I read that.
I mean, she was like 23 when she had her first son.
Yeah.
So now she's 40 and she's having
40.
another baby again. So she announced that on Instagram. Very exciting news for her. Quick box office from over the weekend. Sonic 2 made a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
Craziness, like $71 million, way more than any projections. It's a very large number.
Right when everybody was ready to count out Paramount, like they this year alone, they've had Scream, Jackass Forever, and Sonic 2. It's like, okay, maybe someone knows what they're doing over there, and it's not just a pipeline to Paramount Plus.
What's amazing is the Ambulance tanked.
Yeah, I'm surprised, frankly, because and I've seen a lot of theories about, people only want to leave the house for franchises now, and Michael Bay hasn't really not been in the franchise business since like Pearl Harbor. Is that his last non-toy line related movie? I mean, I guess Pain and Gain. But yeah, so
Six Underground.
Yeah, but that was for Netflix though, right?
Oh, that's true.
So yeah, look, I don't know. I haven't seen it. I've heard wildly mixed things. Like people who I thought would not be down for it are digging it, but other people less so. And I've never been a Michael Bay fan, but yeah, it is a little chilling, frankly. If Michael Bay can't put butts in seats, like what hope is there for anything that isn't like IP driven?
Well, yeah, it only made $8.7 million. It's shocking. Like you would think it would do that on one night. It did it for the entire weekend. Tim Grierson and I reviewed it. We can put a link down below for you. And we had a good time. Like we hated ourselves for liking it, but it was really, really fun. And it's a thing you should see in a theater. Like if you're going to go experience the spectacle of Ambulance, but nobody wanted to.
Is this Jake Gyllenhaal's second movie in a row that's a remake of a Scandinavian movie?
Oh, what was the first one?
The one where he's the 911 dispatch guy.
Oh, right. Good point. I forgot about that. But also coming out, which I think people might want to go see, and there are sneaks of it on Wednesday, is The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent.
Yes.
So that comes out in theaters on April 22nd, but there are sneaks of it Wednesday, April 13th. If you're listening to this early enough to catch that, I'm going to go to a sneak of it. They're all over the country. That'll be fun. And then X, which we are going to review today as well, we're going to catch up with as well. That's going to begin streaming on Thursday.
Correct. Yes. So a lot of very shortened windows. And in fact, I'm wondering if Ambulance isn't going to wind up on Peacock or whatever sooner rather than later if it's not really killing them in theaters.
Oh, that's a good point. Coming out this week, Perry Nemiroff's going to join me later on this week for a review of the new Fantastic Beasts movie. But if you're seeing it in China, it's going to be a little less gay.
Of course.
Let's talk about this. What are they doing?
Fucking Chinese censors. Well, it's the thing. Like, you have these studios who are patting themselves in the back for their gay inclusion, which often winds up being like a line. And guess what happens to a line when the movie goes to other countries where they don't want to have any kind of gay inclusion? They either dub right over it or they cut it or whatever. We saw this exact same thing happen with Onward, where there's like one line where a policewoman, or a female police monster, whatever it is in that movie, implies that she has a same-sex partner, and then in like Russia and other countries they dubbed it to where that reference was completely taken out. So it's this weird eating their cake and having it too, and the cake isn't even that great because like it's such an afterthought and there's such crumbs at this point, like it's embarrassing.
Yeah. So the Warner Brothers statement was like, it's really important to us to make sure that our Chinese audience is satisfied. I mean, basically just saying like this is more important, that China is more important as a theatrical audience than anywhere else in the world where people aren't offended by gay content. So they're taking out it's all of 6 seconds in a movie that runs 2 hours and 22 minutes, but it's crucial to, I understand, I'm seeing it tonight, explaining that relationship. Sam Elliott has apologized. Our long national nightmare is over. Sam Elliott has apologized for calling The Power of the Dog a piece of shit, but in the process, he kind of threw Mark Maron under the bus, like kind of being a little derisive of Mark Maron's podcast and suggesting like, well, I should have known going on a show called What the
WTF.
Fuck?
Yeah, and he didn't entirely apologize for calling it a piece of shit, which whatever, we're all entitled to our opinions. He did apologize for his ridiculous sort of like homophobic take on the movie and sort of, you know, minimization of Jane Campion and the idea of shooting westerns in other countries. Like, it was a whole lot of stupid in that statement. Good on him, because look, you know what, I'm sorry, if you don't think that Sam Elliott like owes at least a little bit of his career to gay men, go back and watch Lifeguard.
He was hunky. All right, thanks guys.